Hello, welcome everybody to the Edmonds Racing Weekly TV show, joined by Tobe and Trent Edmonds. On the agenda this week, we've of course previewed the runners for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We also recap performances through the week, and the guys are ready to touch on some current news and views. Tobe, Befana girl in Sydney last Saturday, first up, heading towards the Epsom. What did you make of her run of the tramway?
Look, it was a good run. Obviously, the last 50, 100 metres of a race was the best. Very unusually run race for a Sydney Metropolitan or a Group 2 like that. To have two divisions. So it made her effort pretty good coming from the back. Had a good talk to Jason Collett for probably 20 minutes after he had a shower and was on the way home, and very, very complimentary of her. He thought she went great. Loved the last 100 metres. I think from the barrier, he said I come out awkward on her because I wasn't quite ready to jump, and I got on her mouth a bit. Ended up having to go right back to last, and as you've seen, she was really solid through the line. I think if you fast forward the video a bit, you'll see that she's right on their heels after probably 100 metres or 60 or 80 metres after the line. So her effort was good. It's sort of, we've decided now that she doesn't need another run before the Epsom, so we're going to go straight into that. We think she'd be too dour if we stretch her to a mile in between and then run her at a mile again, or leave her at 1400 then run her a mile again. So we just decided to go with the straight into the Epsom.
Beautiful. And talk us through just a little bit more on that decision, Tobe. So number one, you're pretty sure she'll get a spot where she sits currently, and number two, sorry.
Yeah. So if we are going on previous years, she'll definitely get a run. The only problem this year is with COVID and the horses travelling between states and staff not being able to go to different places. That there could be a backlog there. But if we're going on previous years, we should get a run. So, spoken to the handicapper at length during the week, and he did the same. He said if we're going on previous years, yes, you'll get a spot, no problem. But just need to be mindful that with the COVID, as I mentioned, with horses travelling to and from states and staff not being able to go with them, trainers and owners might want to send the horses to Melbourne. Horses that could be campaigning in Melbourne this time of the year, they might just hold them back a little bit. So anyway, we'll wait and see and monitor it. And there are other options if it looks like we're not going to get a run. So.
Very good. Well, she looks terrific in the footage and the photos. She looks absolutely immaculate. I thought watching the race there on Saturday in running, you thought, they're going pretty quick here because Dreamforce couldn't cross, and you thought, they're obviously going pretty quick. But the typical Nashville the ride, he's happy to sit out there, and just as long as his horse is comfortable, he's happy to sit wherever. And I think it showed in the straight. It was very hard to make up ground. She would have been, she must have been 15, 20 lengths off them at the 600 metre mark. And she's ended up being a couple of lengths within them, 15 metres after the post. She was enormous late. So she looks bang on for the Epsom. I'm really excited about her dropping in weight. That's exciting. Trent, Tie Zone, it's his turn this weekend. Of course, the Stradbroke winner at his last start. He's also headed towards the Epsom. He's first up here. I thought his trials have been terrific. His gallops have been strong. The market has Befana girl $15 in the Epsom, Tie Zone $26. Any comment there?
Oh, not really. He's obviously unknown in a mile where she'll excel and then get further as well. So just throwing him sort of in the deep end again, and if he's able to, race well there, then that'd be great. So it's largely unknown. We're just trying a few different things within this prep, as I said, trying to stretch him out to the mile. I've made mention before that Jeff rode him in a race back in the summer about 2 years ago, and he reported that he thought he'd run a mile all day long. So we are keeping that in the back of our mind, and hopefully he's right. So price largely irrelevant until I suppose you see him go around.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point. So you'd say they've got the market about right for now. All right, guys. Runners this weekend. We are dead keen for a winner. The horses have been running very well, right up to their mark. You've had a ton of placings, and it's just been one of those dry weeks where we just haven't had everything go our way and nailed a winner. But I feel one coming on this weekend. We go to Saturday at Rosehill, Doomben, and the Gold Coast, and Sunday takes us to the sunny coast. Let's have a look at Rosehill first. Tobe, we'll talk to you about Tie Zone. First up, fresh up here in the Group 2, Theo Marks over 1,300 metres. Barrier 3, Jim Byrne takes the ride. I know you're a big fan of Jim. Nice to have that Queensland connection down there riding for us. He's a $14 shot in the race, an open race. He's drawn well. Like I said, his work and his trials have been very good leading in. His fresh up record, 8 starts for 4 wins. How do you expect him to run fresh up there tomorrow?
Look, I'd say because he's got that good residual from his Stradbroke preparation, he's a lot further forward than we had him when he ran the Hallmark. I think he ran really fresh up in the Hallmark first up last time when we sent him to Sydney. So pretty confident he's a lot further forward. Big weight concerns me, if we're thinking he can win, but I suppose tomorrow's run is more about him resuming, him riding him nice and quiet and watching him stand with the line, because it gives us good confidence, for the future runs that we've got planned for him. But horse going great. I wouldn't say it's a real solid field. Nick Anova's in there, who was good in the Stradbroke. It's probably
Fun Star.
Fun Star's going. I thought Fun Star was a tad disappointing the other day, to be truthful. But I know it was a wet track and all the rest of it. But look, he's in a race he can run well in. Whether he could win Saturday, I doubt it. But as I mentioned, just want to see him running to the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think it's for a Group 2 race. It's there's a few stayers resuming and a few things like that in the race. So he's drawn 3. Should just sit in behind the speed there somewhere. Just find his feet, I suppose, Jimmy Byrne, and you'll be looking for him to hit the line.
I would have thought that Fun Star's a bit short for Fun Star, wouldn't it be? 1,300. I'd second up, especially.
Yeah.
I thought that's that'd be pretty fair to say. But no, horse is good. Happy with him, and hopefully he runs well.
Yeah, no, very good. Looking forward to Tie Zone going around those Headley colours back for the spring. Doomben Saturday, currently a good 4 there. I will note that I haven't the track ratings. I'm not sure if they had much rain there. Probably not though. Doomben's a good track. It usually dries out pretty quick. Good 4, 9 race card there. 2 acceptors across 2 races. Great Keppel and Fisticuffs. They were accepted for 2 races, and you've gone with race 1 for Great Keppel, Trent. The benchmark 70 over 1,100 metres.
Yeah, that's right. Just sort of, and we put blinkers back on him as well. So thinking this preparation, unless he shows otherwise, we just keep him fresh and ride him steady. Didn't like really what I seen towards the end of his last prep. He started to pull a bit. Probably the last 3 runs he had, he started to want to get up on the bridle a bit, which is not him. Usually if you tucked him away early and got him sort of cover, he'd relax beautifully and then sprint off of that. And I think just because he was pulling, it was taking his finish away as well. And then his last run was ordinary, just over the top. But this guy, I thought his trials have been good. Work Tuesday morning was outstanding. Comes up with a crap barrier, as is the norm for this horse. Usually just draws car park. So 1,100 metres, while short of his best, I would suspect we ride him steady. He's not going to have a chance to pull and carry on. He'll be hitting the line hard late. Interestingly enough, if they get a little bit more rain, he's had 1 start on a heavy where he performed well in the previous preparation, so I wouldn't be afraid of that either. I think he's a good each-way chance, even though it's maybe 100 metres or so short of his best.
Yeah, very good. He's $11, 5th pick. I thought that text that we sent on a Tuesday for the track gallop of the week has been a great signal or sign of a horse that wins or runs well on the weekend. in the past, and he was your Tuesday track star. $11, fifth pick. Just need a little bit of luck there. Robbie from Barrier 9, work is magic. Should see a nice run from Greg Keppel. Looking forward to that race kicking off the day. Race 1 there at Doomben. Race 3, benchmark 80, 1200 metres. Fisticuffs, terrific. First up, Tobe, really good run. Ryan Maloney aboard here. Barrier 6 for Tommy Rodonicus and Singo. Market have not missed him. $1.95 here.
Yeah, so that's, obviously that's the class of race he's in, and his first up run was super. A little bit underdone as well. First up, I think he's taken good improvement since then. I thought he was probably our star worker on Tuesday morning. The way he went, galloped beautifully with blinkers on. So we've added blinkers to him this week, and earmuffs. So had a good chat with Duncan Grimley, who's Singo's racing manager, about blinkers. He was quite confident he needed them. So we decided to work him in them on Tuesday morning, and he worked up nicely. Didn't pull, come back to the rider, which was good and what we were looking for. And this horse has got a few quirks, and he's laying behind them, or he probably hasn't been quite genuine. So this could be the thing to switch him on, because he's certainly hasn't got to the level that we thought he should have, and this could just be the gear change he needs.
Yeah, I agree. Outstanding track worker. So hopefully Dad's right. I think.
Yeah, and just talking through that for maybe those of our clients and viewers that are a bit newer to it, blinkers will obviously take out his periphery vision, allow him to focus and really just look forward and concentrate on what he's doing. And I suppose that you were concerned that with the blinkers he might over race, so you've put the earmuffs on him as well, just to dampen down the noise around him, just to get him to settle a bit better on those blinkers. Is that right?
Yeah. So he's quite an aggressive worker anyway, without any gear on. So he likes to get on with it. And what I saw Tuesday morning, there wasn't much difference, although the jockey did comment to me, Matt Palmer rode him work, said once he got over his neck and got into stride, he come back to him nicely. So I don't think the blinkers fired him up too much. We're just hoping that just is that little gear change or tweak or twerk that kicks his horse into gear, and he can progress, because he hasn't progressed yet, and he should do. Quite confident he can.
Very good. I'm sure. I think twerk's something else, isn't it, Trent? That's what you do.
That's not what I do. That's not what I do. I can't dance.
But I've heard you twerk it, after dark anyway.
No.
I love it. I'm looking forward to seeing Fisticuffs go around there. And also Parko, he's going to be the speed, so he should be able to just settle in behind a hot tempo there set by Parko.
Well, I think there is good speed, Brucey. Parko, Piracy going to 1200 with a claimer on from Barrier 2. I think that'd be silly if they tried to hold it up. One strike. There's a couple there that should get on with it a bit. Defensive style can muster at the best of times too. So 8-horse field at the moment, probably 3 or 4 that will want to have a bit of a crack. So hopefully we're left with last shot.
Very good. He should help him settle in the blinkers, that's for sure. A good tempo. All right, Gold Coast Saturday. It's a good 4 there currently. We did have some rain overnight, but with this wind, Toby and Trent confident it'll get back to somewhere near that good 4 range. 8-race card there, 4 acceptors across 4 races. Race 2, it's a benchmark 62 over 1,200 metres. Now, you've accepted here with Cool Intelligence. She's a maiden. She's only had the 1 start, Trent, but it's come up a very small field.
Yeah, so she was down to run last Sunday at the Sunshine Coast, and we put blinkers on her just to try and straighten her out a bit. And she took control of Robbie on the way to the barriers and just laid into one of the running rails. So was really fizzed up behind the gates, vetted her, and they just thought her heart rate was up too much to run her. It's taken no ill effect out of that. So I think that's, obviously made the right decision. She galloped Tuesday morning and was well, and she's had a faultless week. Not often that we would do something like that and run them in a 62, like out of her grade, admittedly. She's a maiden, she's a veteran of 1 start. But we're just trying to, I suppose you could say, take advantage of a small field. It's cutest, it's a home track. Took the blinkers off her and put a tongue tie on instead. And I'm hopeful that she can sort of, if the track ends up a little little bit soft. I'm hopeful she gets through it and races well. It's always hard for a maiden to win a race out of their grade like this. And I'd expect, if she could run a place, if she could win, that'd be fantastic. But I would be more thinking along the place lines tomorrow.
Yeah, I understand. So just the conditions of the race, being at home over 1,200 metres was perfect, and it came up with small fields, 2K team. They'll run there, and there's nice cutest bonus money, of course, for these fillies. Really lovely prize money bonuses attached. So good luck to 2K thoroughbreds and the Cool Intelligence owners there. Race 4 is a maiden over 1,200 metres. We have Paliki Engaged here, Tobe. Drawn 14, so we haven't had much luck. I mean, this is a mare that's trialled terrifically well this time round. She really is, seems to be going better than ever, but we just can't seem to draw a barrier with her. She's third emergency. Will she run if she gets a start?
Look, we may have to. And this poor filly or mare is paying the price of running her a couple of times when she wasn't quite seasoned enough or educated. Now she's a third or fourth emergency because she had a couple of close-up unplaced runs, So once the fields get quite big, you get balled out pretty quickly, and the barrier doesn't help at all either. So look, but we've scratched her 2 or 3 times now, so she may have to run. But let's wait and see if she gets to run first.
Yeah, understood. Very good.
The last start form behind Green Jacket reads well for a maiden on a Saturday at the Gold Coast. Anyway, two and just a little under 3 lengths, I think, by him. So,
yeah, understand. If she gets a start, I mean, she's definitely ready to run well, and we just need some luck from that barrier. I understand. Like you can't, you scratch again, and she might draw the same thing.
Exactly.
All right, benchmark 65 is race 5, 900 meters. Nick the Skip, really interesting horse. This barrier 3, Trent, Ant Allen on. Had a bad into last prep, was only very fair fresh up, I thought, but has never won fresh up. Second up, 4 starts, a win and 2 placings. At the track, he's had 4 starts for 2 wins. Distance may be short of his best, but he's drawn really well here to get a lovely trip in behind a hot speed over 900 metres. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think he's improved a fair bit since the first run. His coat looks outstanding. Whether or not he's just lacking, might need another run, remains to be seen. My gut feel is yes, he may need another run. Reasons for dropping him back to 900, we took blinkers off, added a tongue tie. I wasn't really happy with the way he was ridden up on speed the other day. I wanted him ridden really steady because he was a bit chubby, and then let rip up to the line, and that never happened. He was outside lead, facing the breeze, and went terribly as a result because he wasn't ready to have that kind of hard run. Barrier 3 at over 900, he's not going to get that sort of terrible run in transit. It'll be just off them, comfortable and hitting the line hard. And look, as I said, I think he might need another one to reach full fitness, to be honest. As long as he's hitting the line hard tomorrow, races well, and then we can go somewhere third up with a bit of confidence when he's fully fit and wound up.
Very good. Okay, so expecting improved run from fresh up, but still maybe one away. Look forward to Nick the Skip going around in those Collingwood colours for the greys, the Collingwood colours, gold cap. Good luck to all the owners there. Race 7, Tobe, Class 1 fillies and mares over 1,100 metres. Befana, 2K thoroughbreds mare with a nice bit of ability. She's third up here. She's ready to run a big race. She's finally drawn a barrier where she can settle a little bit closer. Looks a nice race for her on paper, Tobe.
Yeah, she's a filly that hasn't had much luck. Her first 2 runs have been pretty good. She looks to have improved sharply and should run really well as long as she can get cover quickly. And the track suits. I mean, if they're able to get home from a little way back, because we'd like her ridden midfield if possible, maybe even a tad further back because she can finish hard. But, it's important that Anthony Allen does that in the first 30 or 40 metres, buttons off, goes back and tries to get on the back of something that's going to cart him into the race. But her work's been good, sharp, should run well.
Yeah, he can't come out hot on her. He's got to really just lock her down quickly, get cover as soon as he can. Otherwise, the race is run.
Yeah, understood. Okay. And is that just a matter of, but barrier 6, instead of being 10 lengths off them, she can be 5 lengths off them at the top of the straight?
Yes.
Yeah. Six is actually quite sticky. You know, when you think about it, there's only 11 runners. Just, you know, if by chance a couple just kick up inside her, she's still in an awkward spot. So he's got to make his mind up early to get on, you know, come back on her and go back over behind him and ride for luck, I think.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So Befana, don't worry about the last couple of 100 metres. Worry about the first couple of 100 metres there, owners. The 2K team, looking forward to seeing what Ant Allen can do there from barrier 6. Very interesting race. Her race will be won and lost in the first furlong there, talking to Tobe and Trent.
Yep.
All right, Sunshine Coast Sunday, currently a soft seven race card. 5 acceptors across 3 races. Now, I think Nick the Skip, you guys are saying most likely go to the Gold Coast. He's in a class 4 there, and he's also in the race 7 there, drawn awkwardly. So we'll go straight to race 6, which is a benchmark 60 over 2,200 metres. I need your help here, guys. We've got 3 entries, 3 staying horses here over 2,200 metres that have all been running very consistently. Kicking off, we'll start with you, Trent, with Mondina. Benny Thompson aboard, 59.5 kegs. He's won and placed second twice in his last 3 starts. Barrier 11, he's probably slow out of the gates anyway, right? So he's probably going to get back from there and try and find some cover.
Barrier 11 is not going to matter a great deal, to be fair. Gets back. He's been looking for a big track. Will be concerned and possibly won't run if they get a downpour, because he was terrible on it in his first race start. But we'll just wait and see. Should have won at Ipswich the other day. Wins in another 10 metres. Going well. I can't fault him, and he's been looking for a big track, staying at the same journey. So he'll be flashing late. He's just got to do things right because he's wanting to lug in. So it'll be something that Ben needs to be mindful of. Stick in the right hand to make sure he's straight and races true, and he'll take a power of beating.
Yeah, he's a big striding horse, this horse, and he's been running around Ipswich and the Gold Coast. The last couple have been running really well. You think around that Sunny Coast track from 11, he'd be winding up from the 800 Benny and watch from down the outside, the big striding son of Sebring for Chris McNulty. Fields of Yulong, Tobe, he ran really well fresh up from a really terrible position on the corner at the Gold Coast. Yulong kindly sent him up to us. He's second up now, up to 2,200 metres. All his best forms beyond 2,000 metres. His last start at 1,800 metres, so you expect this will suit him. A month between runs. How's he been working at home?
Yeah, he's fine, Bruce. I think this track will suit him. We had him in an Eagle Farm. We had to scratch him. He had a minor mishap the other day. This track will suit a lot better with the sting out of the track. Will suit him as well, and he should run particularly well in this race. I think it's a nice race for him. He's only warming up at the end of 1,800 a month ago, and his work's been pretty good since. So expect him to run super in this race.
All right, and barrier 10, is that just a matter of...
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's just riding quiet, and he'll click up nicely.
Yeah, nice. Okay, very good. So
not as quiet as Anthony rode him at the Gold Coast the other day. That was too quiet. But we'll move on.
No, too easy. All right, and then Fast Dealer in the same race. Trent, again, he's drawn the best of all of them. Nice to have Matty McGillivray back on here. Obviously struggle with his name. I'm with my list, but it's a difficult name for me to pronounce. But gee, it's nice to see him back at the races. He was huge for us before his injury, of course. Had a great strike rate for us, and this horse, he's been okay in recent starts, I suppose. He's got the right profile for this kind of race, this distance, this track. He's probably the third sort of best chance of our 3 runners, I would have thought, guys, but he's drawn the best and probably settles a lot closer. Trent?
Look, I think I made a mistake. Well, I did make a mistake the other day. Should have just left him to his normal pattern where he ran well at Ipswich 2 starts back, and he was ridden steady, and then that ripped to the line and poked through, looked like he was going to win, and maybe just got tired late. The other day, he drew terrible, and it was a and honestly, it was an ordinary race. Told Robbie to make use of the barrier. He got there and led and jogged. So it probably looked like he had every chance, but stupid me telling him to go forward took him out of his usual pattern. The horse from back in the field got down the middle of the track and won. So I'll cop that rap for that one. It was my fault. And if the weather comes up, or if the track comes up a bit soft, that brings him right into calculations. I think he likes a softer track more than any of the other two, I would say. So if the track's soft, he's a big chance. If it comes up a bit firmer, he's probably our third pick. But I think we just need to ride him to his normal pattern. Just ride him steady, ride him where he's comfortable, and let him get through his gears and sort of clear running from the top of the straight, and he'll give his best.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, it sounds like it's going to be the Edmonds Racing Camp making up the back half of the field, and hopefully we have some nice tempo on up front, and we'll be looking for all three horses flashing home late, and whoever gets the best run wins by the sounds of it, guys. Would that be fair to say?
Yep.
Very good. All right, race 7 we've talked about. Nick the Skip and Befana unlikely to go that way. All right, guys, let's go to the best bet for the weekend. Gee, we've had some good pushes from you guys. Last week we had Invencore, ran terrific first up. He ran third, but he was terrific first up there at the Sunny Coast. And Astro Boy Toy, of course, didn't go around. He was a late scratching, so forget about him. Best bet for the weekend, best winning chance, please, Trent.
Can I give an each way?
Yeah, sure.
Great Keppel.
Great Keppel each way. $11 currently with Sportsbet punters, viewers, $11. Jump in there. Great Keppel. Terrific bit of work through the week, and he runs fresh up. Just need a bit of Robbie Frad magic from the barrier. And you, Tobe, who's your best for the weekend?
I'm going with the shorty fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs, all right. Nothing wrong with doubling your money. I reckon you'll get about $2 for him there on the day. So good luck to the owners there with fisticuffs and Trent's pick Great Keppel for this in the Segenho colours. All right, guys, let's have a quick run through just a one-liner on some runners through the week, if you don't mind, just for the owners. Just another recap there. Decisive Heart, the Gold Coast, Toby.
Over the top, gone for a break.
Very good. Miss Jedi, Trent.
Super debut, got too far back, watch for further.
Very good. I suppose the same, watch for further. Ocean Addict, Toby.
Yes. Yep.
Very good.
Sure.
We discussed Vanna Girl. She was terrific, I thought, in the tramway. Invencore, your best bet, Trent?
Probably a run short. Will improve with that. Look out next up.
Yeah, nice fresh up run. Will improve. Nice chance next time round. Purnell and the Maiden midweek, Toby.
Went good. He's getting there. The horse is bred to run a bit further, so we'll push him out to a mile next run. And I think once the penny drops, he'll put it all together. It'll be a nice horse.
Very nice. Okay, good to hear. Yella ran 5th in the Maiden there at Eagle Farm, Trent.
Over the top. They've been in work for 6 months. Spell time.
Very good. Grand Zoo had the ultimate gear change, Tobe, and I thought he was genuine. Nice to see a very genuine run from him first up at the Ipswich there.
Yeah, ran great. Made a real long run, and I'm just got a bit tired late. Will be improved with the run, and as we push him out in distance.
Very good. And Faith and Love, gun ride, Brad Stewart. She tried her heart out. Probably just met one better on the day, Trent. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, he stalked it in the run and got it down late, but she's racing well. The wind's not far away.
Very good. No, she's running super well. Excellent, guys. Well, thank you for your time. Any other news from the stable?
Nope, that's about
Nothing
it.
Really. Pretty quiet and just educating some babies. So hopefully in the next month or so, we've got some young ones trialling, and then all being well, off to the early season 2-year-old races. Yeah,
I think you have something like 22-year-olds in work there at the moment. So plenty of young stock coming through, which is awesome. And you can see just through the runners this week, all those big number of trial runners you've had are flowing into the races now. So expect more runners and more ammunition from the Edmonds racing team over the coming weeks. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Good luck on the weekend. Good luck to all our owners. Take care and stay safe.
Thanks, Brucey. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.